Ev to Phil, October 31st, 1942, 9 p.m. My precious Phil, it was so heavenly to talk to you that I haven't been able to keep my feet on the floor since. The thrill that goes through me always leaves me speechless, and it took all I had in me to say what I did say. I could never put into words the feelings that surge through me over and over again as you speak to me long distance. I actually feel 16 years old, like a schoolgirl talking to her favorite beau. I seem to want to listen, that I may absorb the nearness, the sweetness of you. I can't think clearly. I'm in a fog. I've been ailing, and now I know what it is. You. Page 2. I have been trying desperately not to let myself become lonesome or heartsick by keeping myself constantly occupied. I thought I was doing all right, but now I know I was only fooling myself. I had all I could do to keep from shouting, "Please, baby, come right home." It's a sin and a crime to keep us apart like this. You eating your heart out at one end and me at the other. Darling, you sounded so lonesome and far away and homesick, almost like a small boy. Had you been near me, I surely would have eaten you up. Dearest Daddy-to-be, I love you, I adore you, I even worship. Page 3, you. As the day for birth draws closer, I feel the need of you becomes greater and stronger. At times I feel so sore and sick and panicky inside. I feel faint and must lie down. Mom attributes this to my pregnancy, and I'm glad she does. I want everyone to know I can take it, even though it kills me, and it probably will. Every time I pick up a pen and begin a letter to you, a tear falls. I've yet to see it fail. I get so full, or do I mean empty, inside. I feel sure I'll burst. Honey, it would take years and years for me to get used to being without you. I love you so deeply and strongly that if anything were to happen to you, I'd rather be dead than suffer. Page 4, such a tremendous loss. I wish for our sakes, as well as those of all people, that this war will end shortly. It must end only one way for us, together, forever. Phil, I hope you do not think I am being dramatic, as you usually do. Surely you feel the same way I do. I'm almost halfway through my 8th month, and there's really something to see now. I'm terribly conscious of my disproportioned figure, and can hardly wait for the day when I shall be able to dress properly once more. I've also noticed that I feel differently about my baby when you are near. The fact that I may see you soon seems to have awakened me. I feel alive. Page 5, for the first time in 3 weeks. I'm sending along $6. I hope it will be enough. Don't worry about money yet. I still have $7 and hope to work for Miss Hahn this Wednesday. If there is anything you want or need, just let me know. My folks have asked me time and again what they can get you. Ruthie would probably send something each week if she knew what to send, so don't hesitate to write for something. Mom and I should receive our checks this Monday, and I intend to let one of the moms hold on to the cash so they can take care of the hospital bill when I am discharged. My second check should cover any loose ends, such as Dr. R., the remainder of the hospital bill, and your insurance. Page 6, for the month. Check 3 will be devoted exclusively to our baby, and perhaps I can reduce our debt to Mom. After that, I shall be entitled to $62, and if one of the boys are gone by then, part of it will go for board, part of it for baby, part of it for insurance, and a couple of dollars for me. In the meantime, I shall save the $5 Mom returns each month for train fare, or for you exclusively. Financially, we're okay so far. Which reminds me, the penny box now contains $5.60 to say nothing of the penny bank, which is filling gradually. In fact, we're rolling in money. Am I kidding? Or should I say we're hoarding copper. The weather went on a rampage, page 7 today. In the morning it was so foggy you couldn't see a foot ahead. The early afternoon was sunny and clear. It drizzled late in the afternoon and is raining this evening. Hal Chase announced his engagement on October 25th. I did a little crocheting, knitting, and sewing, bedspread, today. After dinner, Harry drove my sister and I to Fifth and Olney. I promised to help her select a sports outfit. She finally bought a gray wool-pleated skirt and a bright red suede-like sweater. She's looking good these days. Harry worked all day and must go in 1:30 a.m. tonight because he starts night shift. His girl went to New York for the weekend to visit her folks. While shopping with, page 8, Ruthie, I bought 3 pieces of material for our bedspread, 2 shades of copper and 1 orchid with red flowers. When we returned home, almost 8, I went upstairs to talk to Jack N., who was dressing for his date with Francis. Yep, again tonight. He's going to a nurse's dance to make pictures for Marin Balaban and is taking Francis along. He does not have to work tomorrow. Maybe, and I do mean maybe, he'll make a picture of me. His intentions are good, but he can't seem to get it done. I told him if he doesn't hurry, I'll be all tummy and no face. Our little newcomer is exceedingly active these days and particularly likes jitterbug music, much to my discomfort but not dislike. Then the phone rang and I squealed with delight when I, page 9, learned it was you. November 1st, 1942, 6 p.m. Here it is Sunday, 24 hours closer to you, and wonder of wonders, Jack N. took 2 pictures of me in the sunlight. He's afraid my eyes were half closed, so I'm not counting on anything. If the proofs are okay, I'll send them along. Perhaps Jack won't get a chance to develop them till the weekend, so I'm not even counting on seeing them for a while. Uncle Nish and Tante Bosch are here. Sydney is in Alexandria, Egypt, and still doesn't know if they will remain there. He says a shave costs 4 cents, a haircut costs 8 cents, and a shower costs 12 cents, but everything else is as dear as it can be. They had a terrific storm and it blew over some of the tents. Winter is setting in. Mickey Brown will be inducted at New Cumberland tomorrow morning. Miriam has applied for a civil service position. Mickey sold his car for $450. Milton won $35 playing crap. It was pouring cats and dogs this morning, but now it is clear and sunny. Eddie Strongen was here this morning and said that he does guard duty mostly. He doesn't particularly care for the outfit he's in and has applied for officers' training. He's waiting to hear. He says his superior officer likes him, and if he isn't accepted for officers' training, he may be there for the duration. He says he would rather learn something than waste all his time. I finished knitting the baby sweater, and it's rather cute. My brother Seymour got you 2 more emblems. Do you need them? Ethel, Al, Paul, and Tante Shuge are here too. Mom said she was sorry to have missed you. She would have enjoyed talking to you via long distance. She went to the movies with Mrs. Fromer. The Lindley has a good double feature every weekend. Jack N. is going to apply for a civil service job as a photographer. He hopes to go home next Sunday and settle matters for once and for all. He's getting disgusted with the setup as it is. The other day he said, Phil is mighty lucky to have a wife who writes a letter every day. To which I replied, I'm, page 10, plenty lucky to have a husband who writes every day and such lovely letters at that. Then he said, you are both very lucky. My dad is coming along nicely and hopes to return to work within the next 4 or 5 weeks. Everyone is well and sends their love. I've learned from various sources that it takes a few months to get a crib, and my mother is convinced that we should put a deposit on one now. She and Nick are going to go half on the crib. I want you to select it if we can possibly arrange to go shopping together. I've always wanted to go shopping for baby things with you. Oh, baby, how I wish you were here. There are so many things to share and say to one another now. Lil has promised to lend me her quilted robe and slippers, which are my exact size, for the hospital. She says I'll only get the opportunity to wear it 2 or 3 times. I don't want to buy myself anything unless you go along with me and can help me select it. I've found out all about Diddy Service. They supply all the diapers and a sanitary container and collect and replace the diapers twice a week for $1.50. This leaves the mother very little to wash, which is very important. The diapers are an important item. That all-night blackout was a false alarm. Harry is going to drive me out to see the doc tomorrow, and I'll let you know what he has to say. So we come to the end of another letter, and I'm eagerly awaiting that happy minute when you will pull me into your arms and kiss me soundly. Yours forever and there, Evie. Remember, 9. Phil to Evelyn, Sunday, November 1st, 1 p.m. Dearest Chippy, last night provided a thrill I shall never forget. Your voice reawakened memories at once precious and saddening. Precious because it was so synonymous with you, and therefore with everything I hold dear. And saddening because the source from which all my joy springs is so far away. Darling, in my eagerness to get close to you, I felt the crazy impulse to crawl into the mouthpiece of the phone. I don't believe I ever wanted anything as much as I wanted to hold you at the precise instant when I heard your voice in my ear. When I left the phone, I was so filled with frustrated longing, I neither saw nor heard anything until I neared the barracks. Then I decided to pull out of the gloom and escape for the while the realities of myself and the conditions which affected me. So I did an about-face and marched off to the movies, to lose myself in the petty problems of the characters in the story. Thank God I have the facility to do this. It's saved me so many black hours. The picture was Cairo, a comedy-drama musical with Jeanette MacDonald and Robert Young. I liked it because some of the scenes tickled my funny bone and I laughed until I cried. In this way, fortunately, I worked off some of the pent-up emotion that troubled me, and I retired as soon as I got back. Page 2. About 3 a.m., the gang came roaring in, and I mean that literally. They had all gone to Columbus, where women, whiskey, and the rowdiness that results from combining the two are to be had in abundance. What a time they had. They said the girls and women both are very, very broad-minded indeed. This is the nicest way I know to express it. I don't know why it is, but every time I hear one of the soldiers tell how easy it was to seduce a girl, I see red. I feel a disgust the extent of which I would find very difficult to put into words, and yet I'm no prude, neither am I a stickler for morality. But the fact remains that even hearing of a girl giving herself to a man she has just met nauseates me. Why in the name of all that's wicked should it bother me that some anonymous person chooses to act fast and loose? Yet it does. Today makes 2 full weeks I've been here at Lockburn, and as yet I've not been outside the camp. So today, when one of the fellows asked me to go with him, I thought it would be nice to see what civilization looks like, especially since it's a perfectly lovely day. We're going to hop a bus to Columbus as soon as I finish writing this. So long, my sweet angel, and if I could only have you by my side, I'd ask for nothing more. Be patient, baby, and perhaps we'll see each other soon. Love to all my dear ones. Your adoring hubby, Phil.